spreading throughout the city. Like a civic orgasm. Get happy or I'll kill ya. They love me. Yes, you're unhappy. Fuck you. Have a fucking park. Bozos. That'll happy you out, assholes. Assholes. Punks. Yeah, whiny bitches. They're all whiny bitches. And yes, you're unhappy. I don't care. Fuck you. Okay, these dickheads are all asking for a park. So, I'll wipe you assholes out. How about that? Oh, and boom! Boom! That's one way to solve problems. My loved ones keep dying. Why? Boom. No unhappy people. No money. Moving out. You're moving out sooner than you think. Okay. It's not my problem you don't have any money. Get a job, you hippies. You know, matter of fact. Boom, boom. Goodbye. I don't like you. People get their brains eaten, but it doesn't really affect my bottom line that much, you know, so. That dick is still wanting me to save lives. I don't really care. Let them die. And die and suffer. Oh well, too many deaths, so what? So, let them die. Look at that poop. Nothing but poop. Just a big old smear of poop. Hello everyone, my name is Bob, and this is my first SimCity tutorial, one of a series. I'm going to select. I'm actually on a totally different server than my usual one. I'm on I think North America East for this time. Or no, maybe I'm well, but whatever. I'm somewhere else. We're going to select a region. I would, if you're, this is tutorial sort of oriented towards if you're just starting out in the game. If you're just starting out in the game, a small region like this, probably there's no situation where that's really desirable unless there's some particular topography of that particular region that you're interested in. Other than that, there's no reason to ever do a small region like that. That looks like a fairly small one too. 7 cities but 1 great work. That was interesting. I might do that sometime, but not now. Let's see. 16 cities and 4 great works. That would give us a lot of options. Let's see. Sunrunner Bay, I'm interested in doing that someday as well, but not, although that is another small one, but the topography looks interesting. I'm not going to do that now, though. Discovery Delta. Let's see. Sometimes it can be hard to figure out what something actually looks like from the these descriptions, but that looks. Now I know Horizon. I've done maps on it, and I know Titan Gorge. I've done maps on that. Let's try one that I don't think I'm that familiar with. That's 16 cities and 4 great works. Yeah, what the hell? Let's try this. Then, like I say, unless there's some region that has some landscapes that you're kind of interested in, better to go with a big region. Okay. And this region is by invitation only. Unless you really want to have everybody and their brother come in on your region, it might be better to do a private region. We'll call the region Bogland Home. Sandbox mode is if you want to not have to like pay for stuff and just plop stuff down. Cheating, in other words. Since we're actually going to be trying to build cities with real adversities to overcome, we're not going to do that. Also, an interesting thing about SimCity, um, what your win condition is sort of up to you, and sometimes it can change from one city to the next. You know, if you're somebody who's your win condition, what you're trying to achieve is to have meteors smacking down on your city, fires raging, the Voobot rampaging through the city, Doctor Vu mind controlling all your citizens. If that's your win condition, that's your win condition, and you know that's what you need to do. So it's not possible to do a tutorial for everybody's possible win condition because you know it's there are rules if you want to achieve certain things, but you know, if you want to have a city full of slums where the people are dying of ground pollution and stuff, you know, how can I say that you shouldn't do that? If you want to do that, you should do that. However, our city in the tutorial is going to have certain how should I say this? We're going to try to have a city that's sort of successful in a conventional sense, you know, educates its people, keeps them from having some sort of horrible diseases, keeps crime under control, you know, sort of what you would normally, under normal circumstances, call a relatively successful city. We also have one particular objective I want to achieve on this city is want to have a university because and this is a good thing to have for like your first city in the region. Get a university, get a lot of city hall upgrades, so that your next cities, the next ones you build, will have the advantages of all those things. So those are our objectives for the tutorial. If your objectives are different, that's fine. You know, if you want to kill, maim, and destroy, you know, go for it. But that's not what this tutorial is about. So, you know, I have to limit the number of possible gameplay styles in order to have a tutorial that will be applicable to somebody anyway. So, and I apologize for my sinuses. I'm still recovering from my sickness. Okay. Now, as far as looking for a city site, we want to find something sort of flat. And we want something with ore that does not have ore. Reason why we're interested in ore, that has no ore either. Damn it. It doesn't have much ore. That has some ore, has good water, has some coal. That might be an option. Lots of everything. Huckleberry Island. Lots of coal, lots of ore, lots of water. Not much wind, but alright, well I think we'll go with Huckleberry Island. Now the reason why I'm saying look for ore, well actually there's several things you could look for. Water. Water is going to limit your city size. So if you have a city with like 1 bar worth of water, you can still build a city down there and it can still be, you know, pretty successful, but probably not going to get to the same large population sizes. So if you want a large population, water is a real good thing. Wind is pretty cool, but it's oil. Now in theory, oil and the other products you can make from oil should be the most profitable thing in the game. So by that reasoning, you should go get yourself a bunch of oil, right? Well, it turns out to be very difficult to get a refinery. And without a refinery, um, just selling crude oil itself, not all that profitable. I mean, it's better than selling coal, but it's not that profitable. Because it's difficult to get to the point where you have to get a refinery. You have to sell a lot of oil in a day, and oil kind of runs out. So that's a little bit more difficult to do. Or on the other hand, especially if you have ore and coal both, you can very readily upgrade to being able to do smelting, which means you'll be able to make alloy, and alloy sells for a hell of a lot of money. So as a source of income for your city, having ore is good, and coal as a secondary thing is also good. We'll claim Huckleberry Island. Okay, here is Huckleberry Island, and the first thing I've done is to hit pause because I don't want time to be running while I'm laying roads and checking things out. First thing I look for when I get to a new city, start a new city. Well, I guess actually the very first thing, where is the highway connection? And it's up here. That's going to present a bit of a problem because we'll have a limited amount of space in which to do stuff before we have to go off on here, but that's not shouldn't be that much of a problem. It actually might in some ways work out well for us because I can put an area full of trade depots and so forth over here, also tourist stuff. You got a rail connection here, and that might work out pretty well for us. I've never played this particular map before, so it's as new to me as it is to you. Okay, wind. Wind is important because you're going to want to figure out where you're going to put your dirty stuff. Dirty stuff would be like a sewage outflow pipe, industry, things of that nature. So figuring out where you're going to put your dirties is important. And let's see. Okay, I can either sort of put it over here, or I can put it over here. And I think that this area is going to be less useful for things like uh, docks and stuff, so maybe I'll start my dirty stuff over here and sort of leave this a little bit cleaner for the time being. Okay, so that's our wind. The next thing I'm going to look at is water. Now this map I think has a lot of water in it. Yes, it does. A lot of that water is going to be over here, so we need to be thinking about keeping some area safe from industry and other sources of pollution. And sometimes I'll just draw out a square area of where I want my safe zone for water to be. And in this case, perhaps I will. Let's see. Well, let's wait on that for a second and see where our ore is. Because ore is dirty industry. Whoa, that is a big chunk of ore too. Ore, coal's up here. Okay, it's going to be a fairly complex map. But there's a lot of stuff in it, so. Ore. Okay. And definitely want to keep the ore mining and the smelting away from the water. So we're going to pretty much assume we're going to have our water reservation over here, I believe. Let's see. Yeah. And just for the sake of having the area delineated to begin with, we're actually going to draw out a area that'll be just Well, okay. No. Straight line, please. Why does that not look straight? Let me fuzzy with this a little bit. That looks kind of funky. Okay, this area over here is a designated clean zone, which means I can pretty much only have water. Ironically, sewage treatment plants, because sewage treatment plants will actually refresh your water table, which can be an important thing. So, weirdly enough, in this game, plopping your sewage treatment plant right next to your water wells can make a lot of sense. We'll get into that probably a little bit later. So in this area, I can only have water wells, sewage treatment plant, or wind power, because that doesn't pollute in any way. Even residential can possibly pollute, because obviously residents create garbage, and if the garbage is not picked up, that turns into ground pollution, and it can poison your water. So this is our all-natural clean area right here. And on the other side, we're going to have our unnatural dirty area. Let's see. It's probably not going to go all the way, is it? No, well, it will with a lot of money. Nah. I don't want to do that. Okay. Now, when you try to go up these steep cliffs and stuff, now I could have done a big ass bridge over there. That would cost a lot of money. First thing we're going to do is, actually, first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a straight line over here. Boom. Because you want to try to stay in these grid lines to achieve maximum density. We're going to go over here. Okay, now at this point all bets are off. I'm going to use the Kirby Road tool to actually create a winding road up the hill. Because I'm going to need to connect this stuff, my dirties, my outflow pipe and so on, with my highway here. So we're just going to have to create a winding road like so. Alright, and there we go. Not pretty, but it works. Alright, and you have to have everything connected up to your highway, otherwise it's not going to work. Okay. Now to consider issues of power. Because the first things you're going to want is they're going to want power and they're going to want water. Water, we could probably put a couple of temporary pumps over here just to get things started. Like right over here. Oh, okay, well I've got to unpause for a second. For long enough for it to hook me up. Okay, power, water, and zoning. We're good. Okay, put it back on pause. Because otherwise time elapses and of course right now it doesn't matter because we don't have any expenses, but I like to have it turned off so I can take my time. Okay. Yeah, as far as power goes, wind is cheaper, quite significantly cheaper than say coal, but you have to upgrade it more often. So if I had a high wind, this area doesn't have very much wind anyway. If I had a high wind, I probably might go with the wind power plant, but I'm going to go with the coal. Boom. Alright, people gotta poop. Sewage outflow pipe. Notice the little wind indicator showing me the direction of wind, because obviously if this smokestack goes over blows smoke over a residential area, they're not going to like it that much. Okay, outflow pipe. And water. Now, I could go ahead and just draw a road over here to my water reservation, but we just need something to start us off with here. So I may just stick a water well over here just for starters. That'll be plenty enough to get us started. Also, something that causes me some concern. A lot of my cities are in established regions, so if my city runs into trouble, if I have a new city that runs into trouble, I just go over to some city like Hokusai Cliffs or Cedar Gates and say, "Give me money, give me $1 million," because they're freaking rich. It doesn't matter. But here we're totally alone on the region. If we go bankrupt, we're fucked. There's not any easy out. There's a little industrial over here, and we'll get some. I don't want to really get too much developed up here right now. There's a reason for that. That reason is up here I want to have my trade depots and other such things that can have a direct connection to the highway without having to fight traffic all over creation here. So let's say you consider this sort of full of residential, and those people are trying to get places, trying to get to this point here. I don't want to have the delivery trucks, and especially the trucks that are taking the ore and alloy. I don't want them to have to fight a whole lot of traffic to get to this point right here. So what I'm going to do probably mostly is leave this area alone. And that's going to be for stuff like my trade depots, and which is how you sell your stuff, your products like your ore and your alloy, and also stuff like probably tourist type stuff, so that they have easy access to the highway. Which means I probably have to do my residential down here somewhere. Okay. Yeah. All right, we'll start our residential down here. And for the residential streets, I'm going to pretty much go with medium density. Now you can upgrade these dirt roads and stuff. The thing is that when you upgrade it, you're not getting any kind of real benefit from the previous road that was there. It's like buying a new road. If you upgrade this dirt road to low density, that's just like buying low density. You're not getting kind of price break because you already got a low density road there. So I'm going to go with yeah, medium density for my residential. Yeah, I hear you. We may have to take out a bond. Now, in previous SimCities, if you had to take out a bond, that was a kiss of death. With the current SimCity, it's not so bad, and in this case, maybe necessary. Let's see. Okay. Hold down the control key to zone an entire area. Okay. Alright, let's get these people in here. Okay, unpause. Okay, so we have power, although it's not flowing quite yet. We're going to go ahead and accept global coal deliveries right now because we don't have our coal plant in. Our coal deposits are up there. Our ore is over here. Okay, water. Water's starting to percolate down. Poop is about to start flushing. Okay. And right now our primary objective is to stop losing money. I like to have commercial in the midst of my residential fairly much because it keeps them happy, gives them something to do. We'll throw in a cheap park here. Barbecue pit. People love barbecue pits. Alright. Now our objective is to stop spending money, start making money. Or at least stop losing money.